The Memphis Firefighters Association has now sent a letter to the Memphis City Council regarding this firing of those two fire department EMTs and the fire department lieutenant. They're saying, hey, we didn't have adequate information. But let's go ahead and take a look at that letter. Yeah. Now, if you recall, this all goes back to the killing of Tyre Nichols on January 7th. There have been at least 6 officers who've been terminated. There have been statements made that there are going to be more officers that are going to receive disciplinary actions. But we've got these 3 fire department personnel, the 2 EMTs, Robert Long and Jermichael Sandridge, and then we have the fire department lieutenant, Michaela Whitaker. I guess I should have checked that name. I cannot read my own writing here. All 3 of them were fired, but I want to go directly to this document so that we can take a look at that and actually read what this person is saying. So we have the Memphis Fire Fighters Association. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for how bad this scan looks here. Local 1784, International Association of Firefighters. This was sent February 10th, 2023, just a couple days ago. Members of the Memphis City Council, and you have the address, council members. I watched intently the City Council's Public Safety Committee meeting on Tuesday, February 7th. I'd be remiss if I did not take a moment to offer my condolences to the family of Tyre Nichols and everyone involved in the events surrounding Tyre's I was very disheartened to see the projected narrative that there are systemic problems within the Memphis Fire Department. While no one shouted from the rooftop otherwise, I would like to be the first to do so. There are over 1,600 employees of the Memphis Fire Department who serve this city and its citizens with purpose and intent each and every day. Our members respond to hundreds of calls over and over without fail. One incident should not define the good work being done by these dedicated public servants, and some have taken that position, unfortunately. The word reform was thrown around quite a bit during this meeting, but there was no way any member could be truly prepared for a situation that occurred on January 7, 2023. Our members were not given adequate information upon dispatch or upon arrival on the scene. Quite frankly, there was information withheld by those already on the scene, which caused our members to handle things differently than they should have. And of course, here is where I want to stop. Remember that whole theme, garbage in, garbage out? This is what it's sounding like this person is saying. If we get garbage information coming in about a situation that we're walking into, we're going to get garbage information coming out. We're not going to be able to do the work that we think we need to do. What I'm thinking here, that it's very likely that what's being said here or inferred is that their personnel that came on the scene didn't know the extent to which Tyre had been punched in the face, had been kicked in the torso, had been beaten by hand, how many times he had been tased. They might not have had the whole full picture of everything that had been going on. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Now think about this, because I have shared some video on some of the decertification documents. And remember, one of the things one of those documents said, for instance, in the case of Emmett Martin, was you didn't disclose that you had punched him in the face X number of times. Therefore, it sounds to me like if this officer did not put that in the written statement that was originally provided, later I believe he came back and stated that, yes, there were body blows. If he did not put it in the original statement, there might be some concern to think that he might not have told the EMTs that either, and that maybe the other officers did not share that with the EMTs also. So now you have these EMTs who are arriving, and maybe they know that Tyre Nichols has been tased. Maybe they know that he has been sprayed, because remember, I believe that in Justin Smith, I think is his last name, statement, he did say that he dispatched them there because he heard about the spray being discharged. So that information, some of that information may have been given to them. But I have the feeling that the extent to which Tyre Nichols was beaten might not have been shared completely with the EMT. Now, does that take them off the hook and remove them off the hook from everything? Well, you have to go back and look at everything. You have to take it all into account. But it sounds like what this person is saying is that they didn't have all of the information, that the information that was given to them was incomplete. And so, therefore, their response was based on incorrect information. Let's go back and see what they say next. There was also discussion about employees' due process and the fact that some employees have appealed certain discipline issued to them. While some employees have in fact appealed discipline in the past, an employee has and should continue to have due process to have a neutral party review said discipline to ensure the discipline is fair and with just cause. As the employee representative for certain MFD employees, we take member representation very seriously and only avail ourselves to the appeals processes if we have a determination that the fairness and or just cause provision was not met. And again, the Memphis Police Association in their letter for their officer members mentioned due process also. It's apparent that we have a retention problem. It is also apparent that we have not had a sufficient increase in personnel in a number of years, even with a stark increase in call volume year after year. I hope we can have meaningful discussions on how to ensure our dedicated members are properly compensated for the good work they do every day and keep them working for this great department and not leaving for smaller departments that pay more. At the end of the day, this is not a systemic issue, and our dedicated members continue to serve this community with dignity and respect and will do so for years to come. I stand ready to answer any questions you may have. Sincerely, Thomas Malone, President, Memphis Firefighters Association. There you have it, this complete letter that has been sent to the members of the Memphis City Council. So they have decided to speak up and to say something here and to share their thoughts on what their feelings are in regards to the firing of those 3 fire department personnel. So we will see how this goes, what happens with the city council now. But if you're now a little bit more up to speed and up to date with this sort of breaking news information, because it just came out a few days ago about this new letter, then go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. We're making sure that we are up to date on what's going on with the case. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.